Hi, welcome to Living in AI Era. Today we want to continue on talk about the AI or artificial intelligence and the Qigong. First, I like to share with you one thing, okay, on the AI, artificial intelligence. Is artificial intelligence good? Yes, it is a very good tool if it is a tool which we use properly. Okay. Now, so what is the proof? Let me share with you this. Okay. So this is the artificial pancreas. Okay, so you see this. Okay, this is the artificial pancreas. It has its control, and then these probes there. So what is this for? This is for the people who have diabetic type 1, meaning that they were born with it. So if we look back 100 years ago, so that we can appreciate this, okay, 100 years ago. So at 100 years ago, that is the time that in 1921, insulin was discovered. Okay, 1921 insulin was discovered. So before that, anyone with type 1 diabetic died within weeks to years of its onset. So meaning that pre the discovery of insulin in the 1920 era, whoever found with diabetic type 1 dies within weeks to years of its onset. Okay, and this type of diabetic you find in kids, small kids. So if you look at this is in 1922. You look at this kid, okay, you see this, how skinny he become, how weak, and this is the kid, okay, the same kid. Now, so one is without diabetic, without the insulin, he is going to die, okay, and one is 2 months after the insulin, okay. So this is 2 months later, okay. You look at this, okay. Now, so you have this the discovery of the insulins. Now, at that time, okay, of course, before the discovery insulin, that it is a terminate disease. Whoever got it, you know, it just you cannot cure it. That's it. It's over. Okay, but after the discovery of the insulin, then there's a hope. Now, even that, if you think about it, for kids, okay, the mother of the kid has to every day, every hour, every minute watch out for the baby, because as we all know that when the blood glucose get too high, people can get into coma and die. If it gets too low, it is going to not wake up anymore, okay. And then there are all kinds of complications in the body for whoever who get diabetic type 1. Okay, so the mother has to, even with insulin, has to every hour and so, or half hour and so, as soon as there's any issue, the mother will check the blood, like this one. You see, even for a baby, you have to check the blood glucose. And then the mother have to do injections. So the mother has to, you know, for a few times every night, wake up to check on their baby. Okay. And that is a saying here, you know, you can read this. So the mother is act like the pancreas of the baby or the kids. Okay. Now you know how difficult is the life for that, for the mother. So that is after the even after the discover insulin. Okay, it is a 24-hour, 7 days, 365 days job, and it's not 24 hours. It's every minute's count. Whatever you eat, and how is the blood glucose go? Okay. So the mom, you know, if you see the mother of the type 1 diabetic, you know that she is a great mom, okay, because you have to take care of the baby this way. Now, in the 1970s, in early 1970s, people invented this insulin pump. Okay, you see this big instrument here for injecting insulin, so that timely and so forth they can inject insulin, make it more convenient. And it get to today is this. You see, this is an insulin pump put in the body. Okay, now look at this, the baby in diaper with the insulin pump. Over here, you see the insulin pumps here. Okay, this is the side for the baby. It's still in diaper. You see, it helped with this high tech. It helps so much. Okay. Now think about the mother. Okay. And think about the baby. How can they know? Okay. If they don't feel good, they can cry. But with the high tech, then life is better. Now, with the artificial pancreas, then a lot of things can be done automatic. So you have intelligent pancreas. It's like an artificial intelligent pancreas, so that it can help the body to run. Okay. Now, and so if you look at that, from 1920s until today, okay, with the Western technology, science, the discovery of the pancreas, the discovery of the insulin pump, and today's artificial pancreas, which is of course artificial intelligence. You see how much contribution, positive contribution and impact to the human beings. Okay, without that, look at this boy, right? This is before. This is before the insulin. This is 2 months late after, and without insulin, the poor guy, the poor boy is gone. Okay. So with this, I like to present to you that AI is a tool. It's a good tool. It's a good tool if we use it properly. Okay. However, we don't want to continue. We don't want to just let the AI control us. Okay. For example, you know, for the type 1 diabetic, you know, food, different food. Some food have what they call the high GL, like for example the white rice, high GL, and then you have this like apple, which is a low GL. High GL meaning that when you eat some, right away your blood sugar spike high, and then the low GL meaning it just goes slowly, gradually rise your blood sugar. Now, even with the artificial pancreas, the human need to know that, oh, because I have diabetic type 1, so I'm not going to eat a lot of this white rice, so that my blood sugar should like that, okay? And then I want to, you know, balance out my diet and so forth. If we don't care for this, okay, then one can eat whatever one wants, like eat a lot of rice, or like the Vietnamese pho, you go up flying high, and then you know you have the artificial intelligence pancreas try to catching the entire thing. It will be a disaster. Okay, so you still not end up to be having a good result. But if you take care of your own diet, and the type of the food you eat, the amount you eat with the artificial pancreas, then everything will be controlled in or managed in like a normal human beings. So you see, you need two parts, the human part and the tools. Of course, the better the tools, you have this artificial intelligence pancreas, that's good, right? So artificial intelligence is not human's enemy, and human on the other side need to know how to handle human. Okay, now, so speaking of that, then let's go into the human need to know what is going on with us human. Okay, we need to know. And one of the subject is about this Qigong, right? Since we want to talk about the AI and the Qigong. Well, proper Qigong will help human. Okay, so you have the AI, you have the Qigong, and you know, human do their parts, and then the use of the AI, make good use of the AI, then everything can be very good. You know, grow and really good. Okay. So the issue of today's trouble in Qigong, okay, majority of trouble in Qigong, and this is a serious issue. Okay, if you look at YouTube and so forth, books and everything, the first thing is that people keeping talking about this qi attainment, qi does my body get hit, kundalini, blah blah blah. But you know what is that? Those are just chasing for the sensations, or chasing the physiological sensation. Those are not real kundalini, those are not real qigong. But it filled the market, it filled up the market with those things. Okay, it is not that. So everybody will say, hey, you know, because I can get this hit in my body, I can have this sensation, then I have the qi. Forget about it. Forget about it. Okay. People who really have the attainment don't do those things. Those are not. Those are some kinds of getting high, and then, you know, like for example, you say, well, if I get mad, angry, then I know I have a body sensation, then that's qi. Okay, that is not. That is just physiology sensation. That's not what kundalini and the qi is about. The second thing, which is a problem, okay, almost in the entire world, when people talk about the enlightenment, they are actually chasing mental states. Oh, I have this peaceful states. Oh, I see lights. Okay. Oh, I can have my big self. Oh, I have my warrior self. Okay. All those stuff also is problem. That is not what it is. That is not what it is which need to develop in human to get the full potential of human. So the first thing is you're taking sensations as reality, call it kundalini, call it chi, and then you're taking this seeing light and I have this very relaxed mental state. Oh, I have this really nice light showing up. Okay, those are problem. Okay, so then you ask me, so what is the reality of all this Buddha and everybody teach? Well, let me share with you. Okay, number one, for the enlightenment, what enlightenment mean? Enlightenment mean, it just means that non-attachment. Okay, so what is that like? It's like when you drive a car. When you drive a car in the highway, you see all different type of cars there, but you're not attached to any one of them. You see car come, car goes. There's a Porsche, there's a Honda Civic, there's a Toyota, there's Lexus, there's Ferrari. It's okay. I know every one of them, but I do not attach to anything, right? And I exactly know this car go this way, that car go that way, that car go that way. Okay, so in the mind, the non-attachment is what the cultivations or the meditation cultivations is about. When people enlighten, what they're able to do is they are not attached to all this thing in our life, like people like you do not attach to your car when you're not attached to other people's types of car when you're driving. Now, as in the reverse, for the people who say, oh, you know, I meditate and then I can meditate 3 hours, I can have this peaceful, I can have this warrior self, I have this the seeing light, those kind of stuff. There's opposite of that. That is like driving a car and you say, oh my God, there's Ferrari, I saw this Ferrari. Okay, the next thing is you're going to crash because now you shift your focus to the Ferrari, you don't see other thing anymore. That is the problem. So there is not enlightenment. Okay, that's attachment. When you attach to things, that is where the problem starts. And there's another issue for this attachment. The attachment will make one drift. For example, if I like Ferrari, when I drive a car, if I saw a Ferrari and I keeping, my mind right away drift habitually without my control to follow that Ferrari, now I'm in trouble. And the issue with humans' mind is that we all have habitual attachment and we drift with it, like a drifter drift with it. So whenever whatever we like, we drift with it. Whatever we don't like, we drift with it. We can what? Get mad, get angry. Okay. So the entire day we screw around with this. While for the enlightenment people like Buddha and all this, the real practitioners, they are like driving a car, and they know, oh, this Ferrari, this Honda Civic, and so forth. But it's okay. Okay. So that's enlightenment. That's aware but non-attached. It's not, oh, I have this big self, I have no ego. What the heck are you talking about? That? And when any instant people say, I don't have ego, you have ego, we know that he doesn't know anything. The guy who really practice will just check yourself saying that, am I in the attached state? Am I drifting with whatever? And seriously, all this attachment and the drifting habits is like within our body, physical body. That's how difficult to get away from it. Okay. Now, because all those attachment and what do you call it, and a drifting type of habit is within this body, physical body. To unlock this attachment and the drifting, one need to unlock the body first. That's why in the teaching of the Buddha, you need to unlock the first. So there's 4 elements. Okay, the body belongs to the earth element. Body belongs to the earth element. Breathing is the wind element. Blood and your blood vessels is the water element. Your energy or your heat or your kundalini is the fire element. Okay, so anybody want to unlock the habit, one need to first unlock the breathing, the wind. The second is the water, which is the blood vessels, the blood hormones. And then the third, only the third, the energy, which is the kundalini and the chi. And only after that, you can transform or convert this physical body. Okay? So first, you have to deal with the breathing. The second, the sequence is your hormones and so forth. After you attain the state of you can handle the breathing or the wind. And then only after the blood vessels and so forth, then you get into the energy. Okay? And only after that, you handle your body. So, in contrast with anybody tell you that, oh, you know, this sensation is chi, that sensation is kundalini. You say, what the heck are you talking about? Do you know how this thing works? Most people have no idea. Okay? Most books have no idea what's going on. That's why it never works. That's why I always challenge people. I say, okay, you say you have Qigong. Tell me, will you be able to lower your blood pressure if you have a high blood pressure? Well, it's easy for the healthy people saying that, hey, you know, I have this Qigong. Well, serious. If you have a high blood pressure, can you go practice that Qigong and then make it as a normal? If you get diabetic, will you be able to do that? Okay. Now, for high blood pressure, as what I mentioned, we know that in China there's research and according to the track record of history, that non-attachment, which means you have to settle your thinking. Now remember, like when we drive a car, we didn't go, oh, this is Ferrari, there's Ferrari, okay, go drive with that. Or you get pissed off right away, okay, which is going to influence your what? Your breathing, your hormones, meaning it's going to influence your wind, your water, your fire, and it's going to influence your body. You have to reverse that in order to make a difference on the high blood pressure habits, because it is a habit. Okay, it is a program here. This body is like being programmed. Okay. So in here, you know that the problem is that the mind has to settle down. It get into the awareness state where it doesn't attach to anything. It's non-attached. Okay, it knows, but it doesn't attach to it. And then it doesn't drift with whatever it is unconsciously. Okay, because once you drift, you attach, and then you drift. Like my example on the Ferrari, you attach to the Ferrari and you drift, and then you are in the tunnel vision already. Okay, or say I like a certain movie star. Okay, I saw her I attach right away, my body's hormones kicks in right away and I go with it. Qigong is the reverse of it. Okay? Now, if we cannot handle that, how can we handle AI? Because we don't even know who the hell we are. Okay? The AI might be more intelligent than us. We say, what the heck are you doing here? Okay? So we humans need to know what is going on, and all this qigong. I was thinking that hopefully someday FDA or something set a rule, okay, to ban all this qigong stuff. It doesn't make sense. It's not scientific. Okay? No, so that's the first thing. The second thing is this. In qigong practice today, majority of the people is trapped in the time capsule. The time capsule of the ancients, or the hearsay, or the grandmaster, or the movie, or the philosophy. It is a trap. Okay? It is not liberations. For example, if I study a qigong, I say, you know what? This grandmaster, oh no, he is the grandmaster, top grandmaster. I have to listen to him. I have to. So everything is like they make that grandmaster like a god. Okay? And you don't think anymore. You just go do whatever it is. Whatever people tell you, what this grandmaster say. Or you think about, oh, in ancient, it's be like that. Or the hearsay is like that. And you just put yourself in that capsule, you're living within it. Okay? Well, how is that liberations? It's not liberate to anywhere. It is just actually create an attachment which is lock oneself within the capsule. Okay? And then you get in trouble. Okay? As again, as what I told you before that previously, that first is non-attached. A second is that the body, the physical, you need to know the sequence to undo it. That is liberations. And this one, including like the taking sensations as qi, and I always want to have this sensation. I always want to feel this good. That is not liberation. That is actually trap that. Or I need to go to spa, okay, so that I can relax. Or I need to see light when I do prayer. There's a trap. Or I need to listen to this guru. Only this guru have the truth of the world. Or the ancient know it all. Everything the ancient know is the truth. Well, you know what happened? The fact is that it is a time capsule. If you think that the Buddha is perfect in the ancient, that he doesn't expand. For example, if the Buddha come now live here today, sit beside me, he still need to learn how to use this iPhone and all this recording. Otherwise, he have no idea how to use it, right? So he's expanding. I know he's a Buddha. He attained the state of non-attain. He can have the technology to undo the physical, conceptual attachment and drifting. But he still need to learn how to use an iPhone. Otherwise, how the hell are you going to talk with the iPhone? Well, 2,000 years ago, there is no iPhone back, right? And so these two things, the trap of taking sensations as Kundalini, as Qi, the trap of taking mental state as enlightenment, and then the trap of put ourselves in the time capsule. If human really want liberations and want wisdom, Get rid of this, because this is going to trap oneself and make oneself righteous. Okay? Okay, so we want to go into the realizations in ancient Wing Chun, in ancient Qigong in China. So before that, I want to tell you a few things so that you can relate to it. Okay? You know what is a fiction writer, right? Like people who write the fiction, the sci-fi fictions. They're going to write something, sci-fi fictions, and can, based on their creativity, imaginations, they write anything. And then you have this engineer, which based on law of physics, okay, or biology and so forth, that you have to make things happen, okay, realize it, implement it, design it, create it. And there's a technicians who just follow what the design engineer, the engineer have designed, like repairing a television set, repairing computer. They are not actually designing the computer, but they follow it. Okay, now, so remember, the fiction writer, the engineer, and the technicians. Okay, now the Qigong of China, the development. In the ancient time, until about 1000, about 900 years ago in Song Dynasty, all of these people are going through this, like the engineering type of education and systems. Engineering type. They're based on law of physics, which is they call Tao. Okay? After the Song Dynasty, well, 900 years ago, people start to practice what? Practice that, people say, oh, I have this meridians, you know, like I breathing and imagine my meridians, my Ren meridian, you know, the channel in front and channel in back, the back, the channel in the back or front, how they circulate. I think there's light going through, there's warmness going through, those kind of stuff. Okay, now those stuff is like okay, do it in the proper way. If one know how to do it properly, it's like repairing computer, repairing a televisions, okay? Repairing, a way of fixing the computer when it has a certain problem. It is not a universal practice, okay? Say if your computer have an issue of software, you're not going to fix the hardware, okay? And software fix is just software fix. So now people are going to talk about, oh, now you want to imagine you have the qi or the warmth from your lower abdomen. It go move up from your spine to your top of the head, and then moving backward at front of your channel down to your lower abdomen. Those stuff is like a technician's fix, okay? It is not applicable for everything. It's not the ultimate. In fact, it is a fix. It is a really, what do you call it? Not deep at all. It is just a solutions for a certain thing. So one need to know, you know, what is the proper use of this fix and how to do this proper fix. But you look at today everybody will say, you know, especially those in internal art will say, oh, you know what, you get your dantian, lower abdomen, get heat up, and then you have the qi traveling out from your spine, coming down. That's the ultimate. Well, that's bullshit, okay? That is just a fix if certain people have certain problem. This type of practice, if you go into what, you let the people who with high blood pressure, diabetic or kidney issue to practice that, you're killing them. It's like what? It's like your computer. It already have a hard disk problem, okay? You're keeping spinning it faster. It's going to cause crash with your hard disk, okay? Or when your CPU is already overheat, and then you keeping raise your voltage, your power supply voltage, and then that CPU is going to go overheat and burn itself. That's why I call it bullshit, okay? Now people take this kind of thing thinking it's like ultimate. Today, you look at it, read the books and all around the place about Qigong, they talk about this thing. In fact, that's really shallow type of stuff, okay? Now, the proper way, be it Buddhism, Confucians, or Taoisms, the engineering way, analogy, the training, is one has to settle oneself. Settle. You go through the state of settle, quiet, peaceful. And this is accord to, remember we talk about the non-attached, and then we sequentially unlock the wing, which is the breathing, and then the blood vessel and the water, the hormone stuff, and then get into the chi kundalini, which is the fire. Okay, so we unlock the wind, the water, the fire, and we get to the earth. Okay, the fourth element. Now, so it is trained this way. The first, you need to settle your mind, get the quiet state, and then get it peaceful and so forth. So again, what the heck is this so-called settle, peaceful, settle, quiet, and peaceful means? Well, it doesn't mean that you sit down there, you get quiet, and then you doze off. Okay, it's not that. It's again using the driving car analogy. When you sit on the car, when you are in the non-emotion time, situation or conditions, you sit on the car. When you decide to drive, you already settle. You settle your mind to drive, right? And then you reach the point that that music go beside you, but you feel quiet inside there. You're just driving a car, you feel quiet. And you reach the point of the peaceful when people cut you in front. You don't feel you don't feel angry. You just go accord with it. That's called peaceful. So it means that it is not attached. Because you are not attached, you settle. Because you are not attached, you are quiet. Because you are not attached, you are in a peaceful state. It's not you settle into a certain state like, oh, I feel this way, or I feel that way, or this chi have to go this way, or chi, manipulation. That is not. It is you go settle, you go non-attached way. And then after you go the non-attached way, you got what is called the stillness. One be able to settle down using that type of non-attachment capability. Okay, then one will have the wisdom, okay, which is one be able to unlock this body and unlock the mental attachment and the mental drifting, or the body drifting. Okay, because the mind we are using today actually is not the master. How many times when you feel stuffy here, when you just blow up, the mind have no control. And there's a lot of things in the body which is mind doesn't know. I usually let people do this. Okay, like people do this. Okay, like this. Put your hand like this, and then I point at the finger without touching it and say, well, can you leave this finger, this finger, this finger? People cannot do it and are laughing. Well, that's how good their mind is. Okay, so the proper training of the Qigong is from the quiet, the settle, the quiet. It's not this quick fix stuff. Is a quick fix stuff good? Sure, it's good. You know, if you know the issue, you get the technician to fix it. However, if you want to go the holistic stuff, you have to go the engineering way. Okay? Now, there's another thing. Remember we talked about the fiction writer? Today, in this world, there's plenty of fiction writer. Like just the other day, yesterday I walked in the park, and then there I saw this poster say, well-being engineering, and then you say this guru, you know, the picture of this guru and so forth, so forth. I look at that and say, oh my God, this is what? Fiction writer. And you get so many people go there and then believe in the fictions, okay? And then again, this get to the time capsule of the guru. You're trapped inside there, okay? So if one really want to learn Qigong, it has to go to the engineering way. And learning the technician way is good. You know, you can fix things for if you know how to fix it or this way or that way. But you want to know, you want to go for the full engineering way. So to handle the AI, one need to go this engineering way, not in this the technician way or this the fiction way. Fiction writer way is just get one into the fantasy zone. Okay, it's cold. Okay, as we call it, right? It's not going to do anything. So this is how it is of the reality. Okay, and when I wrote the book, this book. When I wrote this book, with the 6-13-3, with the 6-13-3, 6 core element, 13 state, and 3 system key, that is based on the engineering common denominator of the Chinese Qigong training. Be it Taoism, Buddhism, Confucian, they are all the same because human is human, okay? Now, so that is how the reality is, okay? And with this engineering way, there's one thing we need to know that which is very solid. That is based actually on the teaching of the Buddha, the Anapanasati, teaching. Remember, we talk about if you want to decode the body or unlock the body, first is the breathing, and then the blood vessel, the hormones, so forth, and then the energy. Anapanasati is dealing with the breathing. Okay, so Anapanasati is getting in from the breathing. It go to the water, which is the blood vessels, the hormones, the blood. It go to the Kundalini, and then it can change the body, the physical or the earth. Okay, that's why the Anapanasati is extremely precious. The Chinese is using that, adapt to that since thousands of years ago, before this technician stuff like this is spinning, this and that, those kind of stuff. Okay, now that's one thing I like to share with you. When the Anapanasati get to China, okay, one monk, which is the founder of the Tian Tai school, the Chinese Tian Tai school monk, the monk who found that school or that style or that lineage of Buddhism, who have attained the Anapanasati, have teaching which is really practical even by today's standard, okay, in this engineering way. So this is the book. This is called Xiao Zhi Guan. Okay, this is what the monk wrote about 1,500 years ago. And the story is that actually the record is that he belonged to a pretty high class family, and then his brother is a general. And somehow one of the Taoists tell the general, because Taoists at that time no medicines, said, well, tell the general or his brother, say, you're gonna die within 3 months. 3 months, you only have 3 months life. So the brother gets scared and going to see this brother, this monk right now, already Buddhist monk. He say, you know, hey man, since you're good at this, that guy telling me I'm dying. And so the monk introduced this teaching to his brother. And his brother didn't die. Okay? And inside there are 5 things there, which is for handling this qigong, or in today's word, or the cultivation or development. Number 1, manage your body, manage your breathing, manage your mind or your thinking, manage your food, manage your rest or sleep. 5 management inside there. And then you need medicines and different type of stuff. It is in this book. Okay, ancient book. So this is actually very influential book from the source. And when I wrote that book, and whatever I'm practicing, actually I check it with that, because this is very scientific. Okay. Now, so there are details inside there. I'll tell you next time about this Anapanasati, or the breathing. Okay, which is this is, look at this like an introductory to Anapanasati. Okay, and it gives you the systematic and so forth. Okay, now, so next time I'm going to share with you this breathing, you know, practice Anapanasati. Just very basic, so that you know what it is. Okay, can get some benefit. Actually, today we have again high-tech gadgets which can help us to get ourselves to practice the Anapanasati. We know, have a rough idea what it is, and we can properly practice it. We have that. I'm using it too. Okay, for beginning, and after you know, you have a rough experience, you can drop that. But sometimes you can use it. Okay, again, that's why I'm saying that all this high-tech artificial intelligence stuff is your tools. When you need it, you use it. When you don't need it, you put on the side. They are tools, okay? But we need to know who the hell we are, okay? Now, one thing also I want to tell you here is about Qigong. Qigong comes with different levels. The first level of Qigong is, as what they say, externally you train the muscle, tendons and bones. Internally you train that breathing. That's the first level. So when you do exercise, you do yoga, that is the first level of Qigong. The second level of Qigong is because one at that time have attained the long, deep diaphragmatic breathing. They use the diaphragmatic breathing, be able to do different things to the internal organs. That's called Tu Na Fa. The very famous techniques for that is the 6 healing sounds, okay? Which is actually not the sound, but using the breathing to, you can think about it like massage your internal organs, circulation, promote circulations. The third level is when the mind and the breathing become one. The fourth level is that only after you go through the third level, you be able to handle or be able to see the qi surface. Remember, we just now we talk about in order to transform this body or unlock this body, you need to have going to the breathing, and then the blood vessels, and then only that you get to the kundalini, or the energy, or the warm stuff. So this is all they are all consistent. Okay, the Chinese, the Buddhists, they all consistent. The process, the sequence is always consistent. Otherwise, it just, there's nothing come out of blue. Okay, it will never works. Okay, now So this is what I like to share with you. Hopefully that you see the big picture here. Now then, you ask me, so how do I know this? Well, how do I know this? Because I'm one of them. Because I'm one of them. I was born with diabetic. Okay? So I want to find out what is the best way to live. It is about survival. If you watch my video under Ayikam and so forth, my video, 3-4 years ago, you see me skinny like this. And now I'm like that. Because I use very minimum insulins. Because it proved to me that my kung fu, my developments, is not enough to handle, remember, the water to convert my body. Okay? So right now, I'm still using the sensing, like the sensing. I know my blood sugar, my blood glucose under control. Okay? I use the high-tech stuff, but I make the decision what I should eat, what I should do. And all these tools are good tools. And if you look at my lab blood work, and I don't tell you I'm diabetic type 1, you will see me as a normal, ordinary human being who is almost 60 years old. And if if we meet and I don't tell you I'm a type 1 diabetic, you will not know who I am. Okay? So there's two parts in my body. One is the ancient, one is the modern. Okay? And they work pretty well. Okay? And that's why AI, artificial intelligence, is a tool. We need to know who the hell we are and behave, be able to manage ourselves. Then we can make use of the tools. And also, you see, I learned all this thing. This is all Qigong stuff. I go this far. Okay? I need the Western insulin. Okay? I need the Western insulin. Even that I just using, say, 2 units, 3 units, but I still need it. Okay? Now, so one cannot go into an extreme prejudice or the biasing. Okay, as before people tell me, don't use the Western medicine. That's poison. That's bad. That's bad. That's bad. And then you get people say, don't touch those Qigong stuff, Chinese stuff. That's bullshit. Those are just fake. They're just scam. Well, all of those are prejudice. That's why I go inside there. I meet so many people. I get to the bottom of the line and see what it is, and it is. How long I can keep healthy this way like a normal human being, I don't know, because we all have a lifespan. We are biological beings. We have our boundary. But in my experience, I can tell you is that everything is good, provided you balance it, you know exactly what it is, and then just manage it the optimized ways, because a lot of time, many times that we only can work with what in our hand. Okay, and be it the West is good, East is good, the ancient is good, the modern is good. They all can combine to make good things. But if we go 1 minute, we go or 1 instant we go into the side track, or this I call the capsule, get into the capsule, or get into the chasing the states, mental state, or the sensation, then the entire thing totally collapses. Okay? So this is to share with you. It doesn't mean that I know everything. No, I don't. But I share with you what I experience, what I know, and so that hope that everybody is sharing. Okay, sharing what is worked, so that more people and everybody get better. So this is for you today. And next time I'm going to show you about this breathing. Now, what is the breathing training is about? Because usually people say, "Wow, counting your breath." Well, counting your breath is actually exactly the wrong thing. Okay. So next time when I have time, maybe a week later, I'll share with you.